Hello, welcome back to the Reading Studio. Today we're going to read a book called Give Bees a Chance. Words and pictures by Bethany Barton. Could you tell what we were reading? Give Bees a Chance. So let's get reading. And these are the end pages that tell us the different kinds of bees. This is my best buddy Edgar. We love all the same things like board games and dinosaurs, strawberries, and honey. And of course, bees. Except that I don't really like bees. Sure you do. Didn't I tell you there are about 25,000 different kinds of bees to love? There's the European honeybee, the leafcutter bee, the eastern carpenter bee, the southeastern blueberry bee, the squash bee, the mining bee, the yellow-faced bee, the horn-faced bee, the cellophane bee, the wool carder bee, the metallic green bee, the sweat bee, common bumblebee, and the cuckoo bee. Maybe. And then I told you all about the 3 types of honeybees: queens, drones, and workers. Just 1 queen per hive. The drones are 300 to 500 per hive, and the worker bees are 30,000 to 80,000 per hive. The queens are large, fertile, female, and its job is to make all the baby bees. The drones are large males with no stinger. Their job is to find a queen to mate with. And the workers are small, sterile females with stingers. Their job is everything else, like gather nectar, pollen, water, make honey, feed baby bees, the larvae, build and protect the hive, make royal jelly to feed the queen, and more. Get them away from me! Blow gently on bees to make them scatter. Whew, thanks. Like I was saying, I don't like bees. But why? Mostly because of their stingers and attached venom sacs, which are the cause of painful bee stings. That part you told me last week. Last Sunday, Edgar, brave tears, the ouch, with a super mean bee and a stinger. But that was just 1 bee. Couldn't you still give bees a chance? Maybe I just need to remind you how weird and cool a honeybee's anatomy is. Look, 5 eyes, 3 tiny, simple eyes, 1 lens called a cell eye, and 2 large compound eyes with thousands of lenses, 2 stomachs, honey stomach, or crop, for turning nectar into honey, and bee stomach for digesting nectar, 4 wings, which lock together for flying and then come apart for easy storage, and 6 legs, complete with pollen basket and area on the hind legs that can store almost 1,000,000 grains of pollen. Stinger, ouch! Maybe you just need some time to get out to know them. How about millions of years? You know, bees live with dinosaurs. Scientists have found bee fossils from millions of years ago. And even ancient Egyptians kept bees. Hieroglyphic symbol for a bee. In fact, honey was from bees found in Egyptian tombs, and it was still edible. Oh, honey! Perfect. Maybe you just need some honey. Bees make honey. Why are you telling me all this stuff? So you'll give bees a chance. Once you learn how great they are, you're bound to fall in love with them. Check out how honey is made. Follow the flowers. A bee gathers nectar from flowers. Nectar goes into a special honey stomach called a crop. Contents of the crop are spit up into a new bee's mouth. The new bee breaks down the sugars of the nectar within her own crop. This processed nectar is passed along to several more bees, who each break down the nectar in their crops until it becomes honey. Then the honey gets barfed into a honeycomb cell and fanned by the wings of bees to evaporate moisture. Lastly, it's sealed with beeswax to keep it safe until it's eaten. Did you say barf? Just 1 pound of honey takes 2 million flowers and thousands of bees to create. Too many bees! Blow gently on bees to make them scatter. Looks like I haven't convinced you just yet. Nope, because they're all gonna sting me. Oh, well, bees do sting sometimes, but not because they're mean. Here's some stinger stories. Bees only sting to defend themselves. You look delicious, back off. Or to avoid getting squished or smashed. In fact, many bees lose their stinger after attacking, which is sort of like your hand disappearing if you pinch your sister. Also, wait, what are you wearing? Bee armor. That's not going to work. It was designed for dragons. I think it can handle bees. Well, there is a sort of armor that beekeepers wear, but it looks quite a bit different. It allows them to collect honey and beeswax without getting stung by startled bees. It has a white collar that puts the bees at ease. The veil protects the eyes and neck. The suit and gloves cover the skin. Here's the beehive frame filled with honeycomb. And these are the hive boxes with removable frames for bees to build honeycomb in. You know, I love honey, but I'd be willing to give it up forever to never see a bee again. But giving up bees means giving up so much more than just honey. Some scientists say bees are responsible for 1/3 of all the fruits and vegetables we eat. Bees have a big impact on the food chain. You see, in order for plants to grow fruits and vegetables, they need the right ingredients: sun, water, pollen. And a major ingredient they need is pollen. But since flowers can't move, they can't always get pollen from each other. I want to make a strawberry. Throw me some pollen. I don't have arms. That's where bees fly in. A bee's fuzzy body catches pollen from flowers. Pollen falls into the next flower the bee visits. They act as pollen delivery service, helping give flowers the ingredients they need. A single bee can visit over 1,000 flowers a day, making bee pollination powers unparalleled, which means without bees, there'd be a lot less yummy stuff to eat. And bees are disappearing in large numbers. Missing. Name, bee. Occupation, pollinator. Possible reasons for disappearance: pesticides, parasites called varromites, lack of bee-friendly flowers, pollution. Bees actually need our help. Okay, I take it back. I don't want bees gone. I even sort of want to help them, as long as they don't sting me. Planting bee-friendly flowers is a great way to help the bee population. Won't that just attract more bees? Hopefully, yes. But just approach a bee like you would a dog you don't know. Don't get too close. Don't try to touch it. Unless you're a flower, it should lose interest and fly away. And if more people like you give bees a chance, they might just have, well, a chance to make the world a sweeter place. Now, have I told you how much I love bears? The end. And then on the end pages, we have a few more kinds of bees: a horn-faced bee, a yellow-faced bee, a cuckoo bee, a leaf-cutter bee, a metallic green bee, and an eastern carpenter bee. The end. Thanks for tuning in to the Reading Studio. We'll see you next time.